Alright boys and girls, and welcome back to another building video. This will be the first medium group base design of 2025 on the channel, and we are certainly kicking things off with a banger. We've got a two-sided sim circle here, jam-packed with everything that everybody wants. We got the bunkers, the early game crow nest bedroom towers, we got open core, retakes to every single important floor, sneaky turret spots, and an amazing compound. This base is perfect for competitive groups that are going to rush to a proper strong main base build, ready to defend offline and online raids. Or for those of you that like to take your time, bring this all the way through a monthly build, and it's going to give you everything you need. Whether you're looking for strength, style, or simplicity, this base has got it all. Really excited to show this one off to you guys. It's a banging base, and I know you guys are going to love it. Got a few announcements for this video, but if you're only here for the base and you don't care, be a good boy and listen up in a way. Facepunch recently announced that myself is going to be amongst a bunch of other amazing creators accepted in for a Twitch drop skin. That's going to be going down in February, and of course you guys have seen the Spinky AK. It's been in a lot of videos. Been repping this for a while, but the skin is a little old. We're going to take the idea of that and bring it into 2025 with an updated version, and I'm so excited to have my name in the game. This is genuinely a massive milestone. Been at Rust for a while now. It's the reason I failed 6th year. Met a lot of cool people on here, and of course it's been my job for a while too, so I'm super fortunate to have this all go down. You might be thinking, why has the builder gone and gotten himself an AK skin? Can he even shoot the thing?
How? Your feet aren't even on the ground.
Well, a couple of videos on the channel answers that. Again, these seem to be super well received, and they're doing amazing, which I'm super happy about. So if you got time to give those a watch, they go down well with a good bit of food. 2025 is off to an amazing start, and I hope it's going as well just for you guys too. Cheers, boys and girls. Let's crack on with the tour. Alright gang, on with the tour now. We are starting outside our external TC. Looking towards the base, it's a standard freehand disconnectable, and that's our TC in there, with a spot for a locker for storing things overnight. Now, this base actually only needs 4 external TCs, but you can see there are 6 set up here. That's because we have 2 fake ones, because I can't without the symmetry. I needed it like that. But it's good for the bunker, or you can just leave it out if you don't want. It'll all be in the tutorial, but it's a 4 external base. No confusion there. If you're looking for help with bases, commands, or game settings, feel free to join the Discord down below. It's the perfect spot to speak to other experienced players and ask any questions you may have. If you like my bases and you're looking for something to call your own, you can purchase a custom base design in here, completely customizable and private for you and your team. Feel free to check it out. Gatehouse has got some nice angles into the compound, and of course around the back of the furnace funnel. Very meta compound here with some great turret coverage too. Chain link in the perfect spots, ensuring nobody ladders over and making it very hard to push into this area. Now the compound itself is pretty clean, pretty cool, I do think. Spots for deployables, and these early game towers here with the vending machines are great too. Spot for a battery in there and anything else you can need. You can rush these early game straight up to the windmill for power as early on as possible. Plus the vending machine for sending things back from outpost early on. It's all going to be very handy to have. Little drone setup there with the windmill on top. Very clean, very nice. Great for competitive group wipe. Rest of the compound though has got plenty of space for deployables. The furnaces line up well, giving us a furnace funnel. If raiders break that cheap high wall, they're going to be facing a strong furnace to take out too. Adding a little bit of rockets to that raid cost in an online raid defense scenario. Or if they just want to open up more of the compound to help take out turrets, they're going to have to spend a bit more too. Few entrances into our shell here, and the shell is covered by a turret that also watches the laddering process over the top. You can see that the gatehouse turret's also seen here as well, which is super clean. And there's lots of retakes for this level 2, which is very nice indeed. That's that turret really showing off here. Got a great coverage on that, and a good few HVs to break. As you can see, there's bedrooms, there's retakes all over the area, which is going to be super handy, making sure you don't lose this space. And of course, plenty of deployable spots around here too, refinery, anything else you can think of. Inside the breach peak section, we have the turret, of course, and some angles out into our compound layer. And that's going to come in super handy in an online raid defense scenario. Next to these bedrooms and next to this breach peak is actually just quick mobility. It may look like the front door, but it's not. Some retakes here with a ladder chute up to our shooting floor as well. You can do a ladder hatch here, or if you want it to be fast and silent, then you just leave a ladder like that, and that works fine as well. Straight up to our wide gaps, very clean, very nice. Right, this is the main entrance to the base, and there are 4 of these taking you into here. We got some Dropbox storage here underneath the bunker section, and then we can wrap into our front door. Front door comes with 2 bedrooms with retakes out into that exterior shell section, and of course you can set these up with some nice kits, leave some window glass on here if you're afraid people rocketing in the way, and take the window off when it's time to use the angle. Into our mobility chute now, you can see it's set up super clean. We jump from here to the 2nd floor, where we have our drop down into starter base, some more bedrooms to retake this area, and the bunker is behind me too. These retakes are great for holding this floor, the drop down as well, and straight round into open core. Very nice angle here to play off of, making sure nobody's messing about in there. Now this is a standard multi-TC bunker that we've set up to have absolutely no gaps. You can upgrade this all to armored to give it a nice raid cost from the outside and inside, and nobody's opening this up without taking all of the TCs. Dropping down into our starter base, it's pretty wide, it's pretty open, it's giving you a lot of space for everything you could need. TC's going to tuck in over there. Lots of bags and boxes here, which is super nice. And if you're happy to miss out on one bag, you can bunker this for the night as well, keeping your starter base nice and strong with a simple little stair bunker. That's how that one's done, and just breaking the twig opens everything up. Heading up now to the 3rd floor level, that's going to give us an option out into our open core, plus a nice retake turret area room there. That's going to give us a retake onto the shooting floor level, and also out and around the rest of the compound. Open core is that standard circle open core, with the ramp turrets looking straight in, giving us a lot of coverage. You can see there's a lot of turrets watching in here, so you're safe to keep your best loot inside here, plus the bunkers. A couple of drop chests out here with some more angles into compound. And then you can also see above this area we can retake our shooting floor, which is going to be super handy because we do not want to lose that area. Heading up another floor now, we've got a bedroom space. Also exits out onto our shooting floor level 2, and the beds are covered by that turret underneath the low wall as well, which is super handy. Turrets also cover these beds as well, the ones dropping into open core, which is great. It's going to give us good turret coverage all around, and multi-purpose turrets are always handy when we have a limit. Big bed open space here with some lockers, great for retaking that open core section, and of course it's right next to shooting floor as well. Talking about the shooting floor, we'll head out there now. Of course you've seen the retake that covers this whole area. We've got these peaks here that are anti-raid base and great for throwing down nades. Opening up the double door seals the wide gap on the side of the base to make it more secure and allow you to focus the downward angle. There we go, nice, good angles here, great wide gaps, and that's our quick shoot as well. Now we can jump up from here, giving us some more Patricos, and a retake onto our roof. We can exit from this area too onto roof, or you can go from inside the core if shooting floor has been lost. Up on roof, in the center, we have even more beds, another respawn area with a lot of boxes up here too. If you're absolutely loaded, this is overflow storage and a nice little roam room at the top of the base. As long as there's turrets and SAMs up here, it's very unlikely anyone's going to door bang this area. Exiting out onto our roof now, we have another shop, and this will probably be for the better items up here, keeping things safe. So if you do the drone shop stuff, throw it up there, or if you just want a marker on the map, you can spread those vendies around as I've done. Up top here, the wide gaps repeat. It's a really nice roof, a lot of coverage here, a lot of angles. I've also a couple of crow's nests to spawn inside of, with the wide gap angle as well, super nice to look back towards the base. You get a respawn up here for a couple of players too. 4 of these in total, and you can throw a few beds or some bags with a locker and boxes in there. Up on top, perfect spot for the minis and the scrap helis. A lot of room up here to land things, so even if you're a dodgy pilot, it should be fine. And overall, this is a banging base, and I'll go ahead and break down the cost and upkeep for you now. First of all, on screen is the total build cost. Second up is a build cost in box mounts to make things easier to visualize. And lastly is the total upkeep that's spread between 4 TCs, and the main TC is holding the majority of that upkeep. Hopefully boys and girls have enjoyed this one. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to build it now. Alright, we'll start by throwing our circle down and bringing 4 squares off of there. We're going to wall it all in because the first floor is not accessible. We do a drop down with a little stair bunker. So that's why we need the double half wall here. Make sure that's a deployable jump up if you're using the stair bunker, or else you're going to grief your base if you use just a triangle to jump. And we can floor in the rest of our starter. We have 2 kind of loot room areas, and then 2 open squares. One for the TC, and then 1 perhaps furnaces, workbenches, anything else you can think of. Carry the shelf through. And then throw your TC down. Beautiful. Starter base done. Nice and cheap for a medium-sized group to throw down. And hopefully spacious enough for you boys. Build the single door exit out from here, and then we'll raise up the first part of the mobility chute to access. Just like that. And that chute continues to go up, so don't seal it off. There we go. And we can do the same on the opposite end as well. Even though we don't access starter from here, the base is still symmetrical this way. Single door and the window is exactly the same on the opposite side. Come in the center and just raise this middle section up. And then we'll add 2-sided symmetry to the base. From here on out, the rest of the base is perfectly symmetrical by 2. I want to wall in the open core so we can actually use it. In early game, it's not going to be the best portion to use, but it's still going to work fine. It becomes nice and strong once the end of the base is built. You can raise that chute up again as well. And just seal the top part off with double doors. And that'll work fine. I'm just building the loot rooms now, so we don't need to worry about this later on. There we go. Alright, we need to do a little bit of footprint work now. So we're going to bring the base out slightly. And then start doing our multi-TC build out for the bunkers. Create the shape I have here with the missing triangle. And then we'll go ahead and build out with 7 squares. Cap it off with a triangle and break everything. And we'll return with half moons to create our multi-TC gap. This portion of the base is going to need its own external TC, so we're building it with 4 squares, capping it with the triangle. From the triangle, which is technically going to be our gatehouse, we're going to build out with the triangle, 3 squares, and then into our external. From here we build a standard disconnectable external, with a free-handed bunker on the front. And if you don't like to freehand, this can be swapped out with any external you like. Then connect the external to the gatehouse. From here, you can cap off the rest of the wide gap with this 3 triangle section. And then we need to wrap the footprint along on the back here for our breach peak. Just like that. Then we can connect all these pieces together just like this. And that links all the foundations together. And we can build the spot for the turret with the breach peak. Then finish off the bedroom sections. Just like that. And these frames get raised up for the shooting floor. To complete the footprint, we need to do a small build out over here to get that crow's nest down. Just by swapping that triangle to a square. And then that will complete the wide gap shell footprint over here. We'll do the same on the opposite side. This section is the early game tower with the battery spot. And if you want, you can have the vending machine there too with the single door. That completes the wide gap footprint over here. And we'll need to connect all of this to an external TC, which means gatehouses first. So we build along 3 off of both of these sides, straight into the gatehouse. And then we can build an external off of each of these, but we only technically need 1 external. But if you need the symmetry like I do, you can leave 1 external without a TC inside and just use that as a bunker. But then we're just doing the same externals as we did before. Standard freehand disconnectable. So I put the TC in that one. So in this one over here, I'm just going to do boxes. This isn't super necessary, but it does help to claim more of the build spot and remove any spots for raid base. Plus, a fake external could be good in an online raid scenario too. Throw off the raiders and waste their time. At this point, nothing in the base should be decaying, so we're going to go ahead and build our gatehouses now. And we just do the same gatehouses off of all the same sides. Once we have all of those down, we're going to add a little extension off of the gatehouses to help with the furnace funnel. Little floating frame with a shop front inside. And that's going to happen on all of the gatehouses. The high walls go in just 3 on a gap, and then the furnaces are super easy to place too. So we're not going to go too in depth on that. Doesn't really matter on that placement. If it's off, it's not a big deal. And we can start building the way into the wide gap shell here, taking us through into Mainbase with a spot for depot boxes here. Then we get bedrooms on the left and right with Patricos through into the shell. Make sure you match the ceilings as I do with the gaps down the front. Like that. Over here is the quick shoot up into shooting floor. And we can do that now, so we have some fast mobility from these bedrooms up to the higher parts of the base for any online raid scenario that comes early on. Then we'll create our retake angles with the Patricos. Next, we can build the bunker. This gets honeycombed on the front, and then there's just frames on the left and right. On the right side, we create our loot room. There should be no gaps on that section there. Then the wall in front is placed soft side facing in the way. And that's to close up any gaps in the bunker. Open up your bunker while you place the ceilings to make sure you don't make any mistakes. If that bunker closes at any point, then the ceilings are placed incorrectly. There we go. Have it like that with my gaps. And then make sure you don't place any frames on the inside of this area either, or they're going to break the bunker too. Once we've done that, we can come above the bunker and build a bridge peak section. Don't forget about a spot for the turret. Beside the breach peak is a couple of loot rooms. Then you can low wall that off. Raise up more frames for Patricos next to the breach peaks. And then we can honeycomb up the base. Raise up these frames for the shooting floor as well. And we can add the floors in too. Then we add in a frame here for the kind of anti-raid base peaks with the triangle roofs. Placing in the single doors and wrapping windows around. Then just get roofs on here. And we can keep working on the mobility chute. Make sure to wall in this spot so that we get the turrets down. You can place a frame for chain link in front of those. A couple of frames in the shooting floor as well for some doors. And you can place even more frames in this as well and do the double doors that I had in the tour if you'd like. Add our roof exit up here with some more Patricos. And again, Patricos above that. Then finish off the shooting floor level. And we can start working on the middle of roof. In the center we have another bedroom floor. And then you can add outward roofs coming from here. On the 3 triangle sections, just mimic what's below. And add spots for turrets. Then we can raise these up, and you may already have done this, depending if you wanted to rush the windmill. But at this stage, we're able to raise them up now. For the bedroom tower, and then finally the windmill. Once you've done that, we'll raise up a final section here, giving us a couple more angles on roof. And join it up with a ramp. Lastly, raise up a few more frames for a floating window. And then once you've done that, that completes the base design. Hopefully you boys and girls have enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to leave me a like and drop me a comment down below. I think this base is an absolute banger, and I hope to see you out there on some servers. So hopefully you all enjoy. Remember to swing by and come get the Twitch drop in February, and join the Discord down below if you'd like, and I'll see you boys and girls in the next video. See you in a bit.